Good morning, buddy. You're looking so much better today. That fever's gone. You've had something to eat. Your eyes are perkier. I'm so happy. Thank you, Donnie.
You're welcome, pretty girl.
So the American Red Cross says they have an emergency need for O negative blood.
Oh, that's not what they said. They have a need for me. I'm desirable.
So I found a spot that was convenient for Don to go give blood. We got the message 2 days ago. Actually, they pretty much always want O negative blood. So every time Don's eligible, he needs to find a place. When they make it convenient for him, he always does, right? Yeah, someplace in and around Fuquay is good. So wish him luck, because he's fixing to go under the needle. Red Cross bus, destination church, Pokestop. I mean blood donation center. Here he is, and he's donating fast today, folks.
Yeah.
Fast.
Yeah, Mom.
Don parked exactly where I told him to park, but I thought, you know, can I summon while I'm in the passenger seat to make it easier for him to get into the car? And the answer is yes. What do you think of your girl? What do you think of your girl?
Come over there and pick me up. You're gonna pick me up on that roof.
You need to talk to Elon about the enhanced summon. I'm patient until he's ready, that it's ready for prime time for all of us. I'm taking Don into Walmart. He actually needs a thing or two.
Yeah.
I wonder what adventures we'll have today. Well, he has some plastic bags. We're gonna try to locate the plastic bag return.
Yeah, I didn't bring a big bundle of plastic bags. We have more than this at home.
Right, let's make sure we find a spot
Let's make
still,
sure
since they
really
did the
fill
remodel.
In plastic.
Yep, go put them in the plastic.
But now is this plastic?
Oh, this is not the paper bag though. We're on the pharmacy side.
Oh, it's full of paper bags.
Plastic bags?
Put my plastic bags in there.
Huh. Well, hopefully they don't just throw it out, because that's wrong. We still should go look at the grocery side.
I'm just in the way.
We still should go look at the grocery side and see if there's a difference. So this display here with the Marvel cars is new. But look at the regular Hot Wheels section. That is sad. Come on, Fuquay Varina Walmart, you can do better.
You're disappointing my girl.
Seriously, and the Matchbox section over here is not looking too much better either. If I want Johnny to come in the store with me, y'all got to keep up the Hot Wheels selection now. Come on. I summoned the car out for him so he could reach, and I showed him how you use the cement to keep the cart from rolling. And you know, you'll be trained Walmart shopper here pretty soon, Donnie. I might even let you drive Ruby up here.
It's okay. It's like a skill like ditch digging and a few other skills. I don't want those skills.
Hey, no strenuous activity today. You're supposed to take it easy after donating blood. He's so much fun. I just wanted to say, if you wondered why I always back in, it's because I can get really close to the cement curb and I can really get straight. And I know exactly where I am using the side mirrors, which lower in reverse, and using the backup camera. When I pull in, I can't see over the hood. I have no idea where the front right or left tire is relative to the cement curb. I just don't feel like I can get the car in the parking space as well. And plus, you know, there's advantages to pulling out when you're ready to go. So I'd rather use summon to pull the car forward 2 feet so I can get into the back when I'm here to load up than to pull in, and that's what's going on. But my dad, you know, he taught me, I tried to tell Johnny, a good way to park is, thanks Donnie, a good way, you know, these people that don't video all the time, they just don't know you can't do that.
Hey, I'm sitting here with no air conditioning. I am paying the price. I'm contributing. I'm sweating.
Right, no air when we video, and you don't put the pin in unless your seatbelt's on, because otherwise the seatbelt alarm starts. But anyway, all I was going to say is I've already told Johnny, you know, there's benefits to finding a farther away space and pulling through. I don't ever want to be reversing really out of a space in the Walmart parking lot.
Well, remember, the UPS guys, they're specifically forbidden from backing out of a space. When they turn before they
turn off the ignition.
They have to be pointing in a forward direction so they can just crank it up and go. No
or they
back.
get penalized. They've told us. They told us it's a
that.
penalty. They get monitored for it.
Yep, they monitor that.
So even in our driveway, when they come up there on the pad, they have to do all of the maneuvers so that they're just set to go down the driveway when they leave. And like I said, I tried to tell Johnny, accidents happen in the Walmart parking lot when people are in reverse. Like there's this guy at an angle from you, you can't really see. You both go to reverse at the same time and you hit in the middle. I've seen it. So if you'll just park where you can pull through and you're ready to go, better. Yeah, I didn't tell you guys, but we went into Walmart to get a glucose meter and some strips and some ketone test strips just to make sure we're where we want to be while we're doing this intermittent fasting thing. Now that said, Don and I both lost about 5 pounds in the first week, give or take a little, and Don lost slightly more than me, I think. And today we're not going to eat 3 meals, but our one meal that we eat is going to be something that it's going to be an off keto day. We're going to have carbs. I think the place we're going has onion rings.
That's right.
And I'm not going to eat a lot, but I'm going to eat something that I really, really enjoy. And then we'll go back tomorrow. If you do the keto thing all day, you know, all the time, sometimes you can stall out. So it's good to have a day where you have a few carbs every once in a while. And, you know, it's Saturday and Don and I are alone. And we're going to go do like a, you know, date dinner. Yeah. So they're pretty much done with paving and marking over here on the road leading up to the house. And not exactly sure what's up with that unconventional looking sidewalk. Don says he thinks it's part of the running, walking, riding path that goes over to South Park. It's like an extension or a new loop to be associated with that.
Well, it comes here, and this is the entrance to the park.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to go across that. I think they intend.
Oh, I think they're done with it. Yeah.
See how this one is? And see over there how that's asphalt over there?
Yeah.
There's nobody behind me. And then down here.
Right, down here by the generator, the little lift station is where Don cuts in to go to South Park. There's even a sign here, Jeff Wells Trail. Yeah. So Don goes through the neighborhood, which we're fixing to pass up here on the right, on his way out whenever he runs, and then he comes back on the trail, which you catch at the lower baseball field over at South Park. So, but yeah, that's, you know, I'm sure we'll check out that path when they get everything done over there. Yeah. We're home for a little while because we're gonna go, you know, eat a little later. Not super late, but. So last night I got bit by 2 fire ants out here, and I'm not going to show you my big swollen foot, but it wasn't such a good thing for me. It's possible it was another ant and not a fire ant, but it's the second time now this year I've gotten bit coming out to see the cats, and I am not a happy camper about it. He's a little slower and more careful than a dog, but at least he comes just like a dog when you get home. Tuxie, come on, bud. It's safe, I promise. It's safe. I see you looking tentative. But thank you for coming to see me. Yeah, thank you for coming to see me, buddy.
So we got the little test strip machine, and it hooks up to your
glucose meter.
Thank you. Glucose machine. And so they're single use. They're only for one person. There's
an app associated with it, so it's not like Don could use it on me. That would mess up his readings in the app.
That's right. So I... for Christmas a couple years ago, Marianne asked me what I wanted. I said, well, I wanted one of these strip machines that makes the little stickers.
Labels. You wanted a label maker.
Label maker. So I made the labels so we can do the thing.
So we can keep track of whose is who, since we got 2 of them. Don said, oh, I'll just make a label.
Right. All right. So here's what happened. So when I was looking at label makers, you know, you can get a label maker for probably $10. And then...
it expanded, folks. It expanded.
Well, what happens is, what happened was, I wanted a label maker that had a real keyboard. This one, you can hook them up to the computer and all this, but I just wanted to bang out a label, okay? And so I started looking at them, and I got this one. But the reason I got this one, it is, I admit, the quote-unquote top of the line
Taj Mahal label maker.
But that's not. But it's because it came with the power pack because I don't want to keep batteries in it. It's battery, it can run on batteries, but the batteries will
acid leak.
Acid leak. So I wanted the one with AC power because this is something I only use it once every blue moon. But the thing is, the blown mold case is what I was really wanting. I wanted the case that keeps everything together.
And the dust off it.
And the dust
case,
off.
I just washed the case with the wet washcloth and cleaned it because of where it was sitting underneath the dresser. But
I got extra cartridges.
It came with some cartridges, right? And it has all kind of fancy colors and stuff.
This one does all this.
And you just type it in what you want and press print and boom.
Yeah,
bada bing, bada bang.
I suspect this one now is probably old enough that it doesn't have, see, it's got PC connectable. But
it might have a phone app now.
But now I'm saying if you get one, probably want to get one with a phone app, and I'm sure they have it that Bluetooth to the thing.
Well, we'll go look on Amazon and see.
And if that's the case, I would recommend it. But I'm trying to say this is something you're probably going to keep for a
Did you
long
ever
time.
hook it up to the computer when you first got it?
No, I
think it's very self-contained. I don't even know why you would need the computer or the app.
Well, if you had like a mailing list or a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I think you can. Images or something, like it has some gift types. It has
OCR barcodes. It'll do the little dot squares. What do they call those things? QR codes. It does QR codes. It does them all. So this is new enough that it knows what QR codes are. But
it was like Christmas 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
No, not 4. Probably three Christmases.
Yeah,
ago.
3 Christmases ago.
Anyway, so I would tell you.
And we have used it, but it's not something you use every day over here at the regular house. But we have used it. Right. Beginning of the school year, when you don't want handwritten labels, stuff in the garage if we reorganize or want to label.
Yeah. And it takes all of, I
probably should take it up in the attic with me. I used to usually use a black Sharpie.
Oh, right. Yeah, what I was thinking is it literally took me less than 5 minutes to go get it from where we store it. Get it, unpack it, plug it in, print 2 labels, put it back up, and I fixed it and put it back. And that took less than 5 minutes. So.
Yeah.
So I guess what I'm saying is I didn't have to go hunt everything.
And it's walk up and use enough that you don't have to remember how to use it. It's not complicated.
That's right. Now, it has some super duper advanced functions that you could spend hours probably figuring out how to use. But if you just want to bang out a label, it's good.
So I told Dawn to go into our Tesla account and check at the current price of the Model Y, and then, which is $69,000 for the performance Model Y, and then go in and we walked through the configuration but didn't actually change anything.
Right.
And it dropped a little bit to 68 something. And of course we saw the default, we started having to pay $750 if we want to keep black, because white is now the default color. Black was the default color when we ordered. But Don's literally, he's not changing anything here. He's just going through the tabs. And
the reason I like black is if you notice the door handles are black and there's no chrome anymore. And if I click white, which is the standard color, I don't know that although that isn't bad, the white door handles, it doesn't look that bad. You see the black around the windows?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, we can come back and fool with it again.
Right. I'm going to go on and pick the black, okay? Because I love a black car. It's just they're really hard to clean.
Don was thinking that the money he saved on the paint, he was going to put into paint protection of some sort. So washing would be easier. You know, the stuff we didn't do for Ruby, we might actually do for this car.
All right. And then I'm doing the 5-seat and the white interior.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just no choice on that. And then the autopilot now is
included.
Yeah.
And full self-driving is $6,000.
All right. And so I'm doing next. And now it's basically the same thing, except for it's $250 cheaper. So I'm going to click Update Design.
Yeah, Eric Strait said it was more. He implied it was several $1,000s. Savings. I don't, more as in more savings. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll have to look at his video.
Yeah, so now it says $68,750. So I don't know how it was cheaper for him, but that's what
it's marginally cheaper for us. I'd call it the same.
Right.
We really haven't gotten any reprieve on the heat and humidity today. The sun's been in and out though. Don and I are heading out for our dinner, our one meal today. I'll let him tell you the story about where we're going and why we're going there. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, it messed up?
Yep, it messed up. Don's still occasionally, once a week maybe, having to fool with the door on the track. So Don has our destination plugged in on Google Maps, and he's going to send it to Ruby.
Yeah, AI Chicken Shack. Yeah, baby.
Beam it on over, Donnie.
Beam it on over there, right? Again, you know, all my favorite places. And it says sending.
Yep.
Okay, it's sent. Now there's Ruby doing her thing.
That's really pretty fast, really pretty fast.
Now, the reason we're going here is to show some support for these folks. It's a new business that's opened in Siler City. And they got some real racist hate mail telling them to leave town, you know, we're going to do you in, you know, just, you know, ugliness, just absolute ugliness. And, you know, these are folks are just, you know, they're trying to make a living, they're working hard, and they're trying to get their business going.
And the food's good.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Well, did you see that hamburger? My God.
Yeah, and they got onion rings. But yeah, but seriously, we did want to show our support.
Well, and also, it's just really, you know, in today's world, we all need to get together, and, you know, everybody's different, you know, and just love one another. It's just these, that kind of hatred still left over. It's just hard, you know,
it's ridiculous.
It just sours me a little.
Yeah. Well, all you can do is put your money in the right place, and you know, put your, you know, feelings out there, which is what we're attempting to do.
I mean, how could anybody be anti-chicken, fried chicken? Come on. That's just un-American. Well, the best thing about going to Siler City is we get to listen to podcasts all the way.
Yeah, Don gets caught up on the weekends when we drive places, that's for true. Oh, look.
Oh, all right, 56.
Yeah.
Bel Air. Yeah.
Well, Mel on Talking Tesla just said, his August 16th podcast just said something I can't believe. I'm just flabbergasted.
Yeah, he said that Joe Rogan has bought a Model S. Remember Joe Rogan? Elon?
How can you forget Joe Rogan and Elon?
Elon went on there and took a puff and on Joe Rogan's show, and Joe had told Elon he was going to buy a Tesla, and Joe did, true to his word. Bought a Model S, P100D, loves it, absolutely loves it. But apparently, this was in the last couple shows of Joe Rogan, he made a comment that said, but he doesn't take it on trips because Joe has a supercharger at home and it takes 8 hours to charge. Oh, well, obviously, I'm not saying that he couldn't have a supercharger at home, but if he had a supercharger at home, that would be unusual. But this guy's rich and has connections. Maybe he's put one in, but if he put a supercharger in and it still takes 8 hours to charge, then somebody ripped him off. He's been ripped off or misinformed. He probably has a high-powered wall connector at home. And yeah, if your Tesla 100D is dead flat, I guess possibly could take 8 hours to charge. Depends on if it's a 100 amp circuit or a NEMA 1450, you know, whatever the current is. But the key thing is, he obviously does not understand about the supercharger network. So Elon, buddy, call Joe and set him straight.
Fix this.
Yes, we do not need him spewing that kind of misinformation unintentionally. I mean, I'm sure Joe loves his Tesla, he's good at heart, but he's got to get with, you know, he's got to, you know.
Well, make the analogy about the light bulb.
Oh, right.
That's what I sort of wanted you to say. Yeah, you're supposed to be talking about the light bulb, Donnie, go.
Right. My point was, obviously Joe doesn't understand chargers are like old light bulbs. You have different light bulbs, different wattages for different purposes. You got the little 7.5 watt night light.
Christmas
you got
bulb,
your 500 watt halogen. You know, all these different. So chargers the same way. There's low power chargers and super high power chargers. And not all chargers are the same, just like not all light bulbs are the same. So Joe, buddy, take a breath and just say,
I screwed up, folks. I bet it takes 8 hours to charge at home, but when I go to a supercharger, it only takes me like 40 minutes or something like that.
I'm envisioning him and Elon in the P100D and having another puff going down to the supercharger.
There you go. This Joe's podcast, Mel said Joe records his podcast like a mile from where Talking Tesla is recorded. So I would find out where that North Hills or North Ridge or someplace in California, I forget exactly where, but if I was y'all, I'd be hanging around those superchargers in that general neck of the woods, because I got a feeling Elon and Joe are going to be showing up at a supercharger plugging in, and they're going to be there, you know, token maybe. I don't know.
Don and I really don't condone. I mean,
No,
really,
we don't.
we're making light of it, and we really don't mean to be making light of it.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
None of that funny business
None of
goes
that
on
funny-
over here.
Yeah.
You know, things haven't changed that much since Don and I worked at IBM, because I used to have to manage him over at IBM too. There's a send one email, you send one on the queue, you need to go, you know, look at that, or you know, this customer over here really needs an update there next when you get done with what you're doing, or you know, I know you have an important email and you haven't looked at your email in 3 days. Well, you go read your freaking email now.
Pretty
you know,
much.
stuff like that. So I would go over there and I would manage him when we worked together, and then he would bail me out on some really high-end technical stuff that I would be like lost in. He would come bail me out. So it was a very symbiotic relationship there. And so it's really not changed now that we're married and at home, because he talks a lot, and it's a lot of interesting stuff, and some is more interesting to you guys than others. And so I weed out the, we should share that with our viewers, and then I executive direct in the background about make sure to include these 3 points while you're talking. Say anything else you want, but include these 3 points. So I just, you know, there is a little bit of stuff that goes on in the background. So we were going down the road, and we're listening to the podcast, and he starts talking about it, and then he makes this great light bulb analogy that I'd never heard it said that way before and thought it was great. So I paused the video, tuned down the air, waited for him to make a turn, started the video recording, and then set him free, you know.
Yep.
Anyway, I just thought you guys would think it was cute. We've been past this gravel road several times in the last 6 months, and the name of the road is Ruby Red. Yeah, the name of the road is Ruby Red, and I've been meaning to get a picture of Ruby by the street sign. I think it's cool. I had to come check out the pretty barn behind the chicken shack. It's pretty farmland down this road. We're here. I got about 10, 12 cars in the parking lot. Okay, these are the starters. And this is some sort of special fries. You can't see the fries, but they're underneath there somewhere.
That's right.
Don is in hamburger heaven too.
Amen.
He's been waiting. I can't get a good picture of the front of it, but it's I think it was some other kind of restaurant before it was this restaurant. You're gonna turn just so I can get a picture. Yeah.
There's nobody coming.
Yep, it was good. If you're in Siler City, you should go there.
Yeah.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
All the chicken was fresh cooked and almost so hot you couldn't eat it when they served it.
Yeah, Marianne, she made a good point. You need to order an appetizer. Just order the onion rings as your appetizer, because they cook everything fresh and it takes a while. So if you're hungry, you know, instead of sitting there 20 minutes while they cook it, go and order your appetizer.
And that large plate of onion rings we had, it was only $4. Bless their souls in there, right? They could have charged $6 or $7 for those onion rings.
Yeah.
They were worth it.
Oh yeah, I had a great big plate of cheese, bacon, fries. She had onion rings. I had a double bacon cheeseburger. She had a 2-piece
dark chicken plate.
Right. And with tip and everything, it came up exactly $30.
Yeah. It was good.
No,
We'd go there again.
Yeah,
Only
no
maybe
problem.
next time we just share a hamburger and a plate of onion rings.
Right.
To avoid that rain cloud I showed on the time lapse there, we're going down to Sanford and then back up to Fuquay. We're not going straight across on 64.
Yeah.
Over Jordan Lake where all the rain is.
Or Pittsburgh, right.
Yeah. I asked Don to drive us by Fleming Loop Park, which is where the hot air balloons were a couple of years ago, and they've turned it into soccer fields. Personally, I would have rather had the hot air balloons because we got soccer fields over by Clubworks, one of the gyms in town. But maybe if we can have the balloon festival here in the future, I won't be so upset. But it caused it to be canceled this year, and I really missed it. Looks like it's coming along. Looks like there's 2 bathroom facilities, maybe. Certainly that thing in front of me is a bathroom facility. Also, I think it's got a snack bar in it.
You still have a fair amount to do, but they're not unlimited amount. I mean, they've definitely, I mean, it's totally different than it ever was.
Right. And way to the back there, you can see they've already installed the playground, and there's yeah, you might not be able to see it, but it's green and it's got some sunshades over top of it, and there's a picnic pavilion back there too. And here's one more bathroom facility, I think.
So there's 3.
It's a big area. That's why they used to hold the balloon thing there. Rebooting while driving, no issues. Our radio was acting up, like we couldn't stream things we wanted to stream, so. Now, if only we could reboot and get rid of the squeak. Yeah. Now, Don's driven Ruby enough that he gets why I may have gone on a rant the other day about listening to the squeak.
Yeah.
Well, first off, we ate so much we need to walk. Second off, one of our viewers who shall remain nameless may have suggested a new toy for Donnie. What's it called, Donnie?
Ego Power.
It's a battery operated generator, but it's obviously not a generator, but it does generator kind of things. Power bank, yeah, like the hugest one you've ever seen. For home use.
Yeah, 2 7.5 amp hour.
3,000 watt.
Yeah, 2,000 continuous.
Yeah. So we're going to conclude date night and go pick up our new toy. I was all over this thing. That way, if the power goes out, we can watch the TV and run the cable modem and do a couple other things for a couple hours, and then make a decision if we really need to haul out the gas power generator. Well, they've got new pickup lockers here at Home Depot, but we don't think our item's in the locker. I want the red one. Apparently all this stuff comes in black and also maybe a gray. Yeah, oh yeah, those mechanisms for those drawer glides are sweet.
It's like soft clothes.
I told Nadia I'm not sure that back is quite high enough, but it's higher than this one.
Portable director chair was $29, $14.
Huh.